Zach Sang and the gang hanging out right now in the studio. Shane Dawson, new book out right now. I Hate Myself.
My selfie.
Love it. I love you, by the way.
It's a pun, and I really do hate myself.
Why? You're so successful.
Thank you.
You're killing life as always.
Well, killing life, killing my selfie, whatever. No, I'm like, well, you know what it is. Like, I hate my selfies. Like, I hate the version of myself online. You know what? You understand.
Yeah, I totally get it. Because I find it really interesting, and I'm so glad that we get to talk to you, because here's the deal. I started in digital radio like 7 or 8 years ago when digital radio wasn't a thing. Same time when you started, when YouTube wasn't like, it wasn't a reality. It wasn't what it is today.
No, it was a place where you go to watch like Kelly Clarkson's American Idol winning performance, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And like cats and fat people falling down. That's it.
That was really it. And you were one of the first content creators on YouTube. That's an honor, man. Like, do you sit back and see not only where you started, but also where YouTube started and where it is today?
I know, it's really, I used to get really annoyed at P. Diddy when he'd say things like, I started this. And I'd be like, no, you didn't. But he did. And that's how I feel. I'm like, I started this. Every time I see like a kid in a wig doing a terrible video, I'm like, I started this.
I did it first.
That there's an honor there. I mean, come on. Like there's a culture and a society that's like solely around YouTube and YouTube stars. I mean, there is studies that show that, you know, people like Johnny Depp and Jennifer Lawrence, kids don't even like them as much as they love YouTube stars.
It's depressing. Well, listen, it's awesome, but on the flip side of that, you know, when I was starting, I wanted to be a director. I wanted to make movies. Like, that was my goal. Now you hear kids, and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. And I'm like, what? No. Why? It's terrible.
Really?
But it's great.
Is it? I feel like there is a double-edged sword to it, because you did get to express yourself freely. You got to create. You did. I mean, come on. It's led you to opportunities that you never thought you had. I mean, the book out today. You've directed a movie. I mean, come on.
No, it's amazing. I mean, YouTube is a great way to, you know, get your stuff out there, uncensored, do whatever you want, and hopefully lead to the next thing. I'm curious to see like what happens with people who just want to do YouTube forever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Do you have a plan in your mind to fully get off YouTube eventually?
I mean, I think it'll change. Like, I don't think when I'm 30 I'll be doing, you know, videos wearing wigs, you know, eating cats. I'll do that now. Yeah. But I mean, you know, eventually I want to just direct movies and that's it. And, you know, use YouTube as a way to promote the movies and keep in touch with the audience.
Have you figured out ways to do that? Like, has the industry welcomed you with open arms to kind of do stuff like that, or no? Uphill battle?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the movie happened because a producer believed in me, and luckily I made the movie, and I won the reality show that was, you know, the movie competition or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So that gave me a little bit of like, that opened up a lot of doors for people taking me seriously. I sold the show to NBC last year, so that opened up some doors, and hopefully now the book hopefully will do well and open up some more.
I feel like you get really nervous every time you
terrified.
You get into a venture is it only when you explore ventures that aren't YouTube, or is it everything that you do?
No, I'm terrified of everything.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is it the corporate heads that freak you out, or the people reviewing it freak you out, or is it the audience?
It's literally everything.
Really?
I get nervous. I was nervous to come here. I was nervous about the parking lot because there's signs and don't park here, park here. I get extremely nervous about everything.
I understand.
But then I'm overly confident about things I shouldn't be confident
about.
Like what? Like, I'll take a selfie and I'll be like, ooh, I look good today. And then I'll like look at it later and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? Why didn't I Facetune the crap out of that?
You use Facetune?
No.
You do?
I'm a totally different. You can say it. When you saw me in person, you went, oh. Like when you meet people in person, does this happen to you?
Yes, sometimes. Well, it happens sometimes because, you know, well, back to your stress thing. I get the stress. For me, it's not the audience, because I feel very comfortable behind the microphone. For me, it's the executives that are giving me essentially their money and their radio stations and everything to play on and to do things like that. Like, that's what freaks me out. Like, I get freaked out based on having, you know, old dudes, you know, in suits judge us. That freaks me out.
Oh, I went to a different place when you started saying that. Thank God you said judge.
But yeah, you're right. People from television to when I see them in person, they have no idea, because it's different. It really is different.
Yeah, I mean, it is scary. Like, the movie it's weird because I was actually more confident and more comfortable when somebody else gave me money to make a movie, because I'm so used to making my own with my own money and like being miserable and like my bank account going. When it's somebody else's money, I'm like, yeah, this is great.
It feels good. No pressure.
I should be nervous though, shouldn't I? Ooh.
A little bit.
Oops.
One more thing.
Do you remember the first YouTube video you ever made?
Oh my gosh. It was probably in high school I was doing videos and my teachers I started making videos for class because I hated writing essays. And my teachers got like obsessed with them because they were really dark and really twisted and weird. I think I uploaded one of those on YouTube. It's called like Hitler High School or, something
Oh,
offensive.
that's great. That's really good.
It was for an essay about dictatorship, so it wasn't just me being like, Hitler's funny. There's a point.
Nazis, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your most memorable video? Do you have one?
Most memorable? Oh, man. Oh gosh, there's so many, but I think the one that I was most excited about was this isn't even a video, but I put my movie trailer up last year, and that was like a huge deal for me. I was crying as I was uploading it. I mean, it was a big deal. It's my first movie.
That's amazing.
I never thought when I was uploading dumb videos in my room with wearing wigs and stuff that like eventually I'd be uploading my movie trailer. Like that was.
The internet changed your life, as it did mine. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. No, without the internet, I think I'd be a kindergarten teacher, which is really weird.
Really? Really?
But that was always my go-to, my backup.
Did you ever think during your journey that you would have to be a kindergarten teacher? Was there a moment in time that you remember where it was like, you know what? This isn't working out. Those little kids over there, their minds need to be molded.
They're working out.
Yeah.
Oh, that got weird. Yes. Honestly, no, because as nervous as I get about everything, I have this weird confidence where I think everything's going to be great, and I always think I see 20 years down the line. So even when I got fired from my job because I was making videos at work and like all these things were happening, I still was like, no, one day I'm going to be a director. I'm going to do this.
What does 20 years down the line look like for you?
Just making movies behind the camera, letting myself go.
Really?
Just eating whatever. just letting it all go.
You're gonna be the guy that they roll to set every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just see you like sitting behind the camera with the beret and
On
like
a forklift.
Oh, you're gonna become George Lucas
On my ranch. Oh, I can't wait.
with all your wine.
That's all I think about. I don't think about money. I don't care about mansions. I literally think about going to like Chipotle and just getting it all, and not crying later. Just give it to me. That's it.
What pressure in this industry for you? What stresses you out the most? Is it the way you have to look?
Oh yes, 100%.
Really?
Which is so dumb because it's not like I'm some like it's not like people on the line think I'm like I'm not like a teen pop idol thing. I'm fucking
It's okay. We're recorded. Don't worry.
I'm freaking 26 years old. I'm a 26-year-old grown man. I'm hairy and I'm big and like as much as I try to lose weight, I just still look big. So for me, it's hard to compete with all these like shirtless, twinkie, ab.
What do you think of people like Cameron Dallas? How about Glozell?
I love Glozell.
Great girl.
Yeah, I can
Love
compete
her.
with that. We have the same body type. We're the same person.
Yeah, you guys. I was like, wait, Glow's out.
Wait,
No.
Glow? Is that you?
You're a different YouTube sensation.
But you have Cameron. We have the same we have the same body type. Okay, Glozell, love her. Cameron Dallas.
That's the perfect scale. Like on a scale of Cameron Dallas to Glozell, I'm more on the Glozell side. Yeah, I think Cameron Dallas. Listen, this is just another thing of like the internet. Once again, I started this. No, this is one of those things where the internet can become something that we all kind of despise a little bit. Where, and listen, I'm sure he's a nice kid. He's literally a kid. He's a child.
He is a child.
But like television, I'm sure it started out everybody was cool, everybody was talented, whatever, and then it started getting crappy.
Yeah.
Internet's the same way. Like first it's about passion and inspiration and drive, and then it turns into like a bunch of shirtless kids making 6-second videos.
And that is really what they do. At the root of what Cameron Dallas or I'm blanking on all of them. Nash Greer, all of those people, Jack and Jack.
I don't know who that is, but
They're more Vine, I guess.
Okay, so they're closer to that side, not on Glozell's side. Okay.
It's taken a sharp turn. What do you think about the new YouTube? Do you consider this the new YouTube?
Oh, I guess. I think. Listen, the thing about it's. Oh, how do I say this without getting in trouble? Everything has a shelf life.
Yeah.
And I think to stay around for a long time, you have to have a lot of talent, and you have to be meant to do this.
Yeah.
When you're just a pretty face and it's a boy band and that goes away in like 3 years. Look at One Direction. Well, I guess they're still around. Look at the Jonas Brothers. It all goes away. I don't know why I've stayed around for 8 years, but I'm hoping it keeps going. And somebody like Cameron, whatever, he made a movie that's successful. Maybe that'll turn into something, but whatever.
Okay. I think, yeah, I agree with you. Shelf life is huge because now in the age of the internet, people want things what is now. They want things that are what is today in this very second, in this very moment.
Yeah.
And that always changes.
Yeah.
Why is it that you stuck around for so long?
I think because I genuinely have, I'm not just a YouTuber who talks and vlogs, and I'm a director, and I'm a filmmaker, and I'm an actor, and I'm a writer. I wrote the book myself, no ghostwriter. I think that was my dream my whole life. I didn't stumble upon it. A lot of YouTubers, they're like, oh, randomly my video went viral, and now I'm making videos, and they have no passion for it.
No.
So then they go away because they're burnt the hell out after 2 years. And people see that they're burnt out and stop watching.
What do you think about places like Awesomeness TV, who take YouTube and they do it on the biggest scale possible?
I think...
Take a giant sip.
Here's the thing. Listen, I know those people. They're all nice. They're all great. I just... when it starts to turn into a factory is when it, to me, becomes old school Hollywood, which is just like, yeah, we're going to put him in the movies. We're going to take Cameron Dallas and take his shirt off, and it's going to be expelled.
You're going to be
like,
a star.
You're going to be a star, honey, and then 2 years from now, we're not going to be returning your calls. So for me, that factory thing is getting more and more real.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I don't feel competitive with these people, because, like, number one, I can't compete with a Cameron Dallas, this hot little
It's okay. It's okay.
This hot little 13-year-old, I can't compete with that, so I'm not nervous about that.
You shouldn't be, because you are incredibly talented. I think you have an audience, right? That is, I think a lot of them have grown up with you.
Yeah.
They really have. Think about YouTube when you first started. Who was doing it? Okay, JKL Productions with Lucas Cruikshank.
Okay, do you have Wikipedia in front of you, or do you just have a creepy memory?
I remember these things.
Wow.
Do you remember them?
Of course.
That was Lucas's first channel, and Lucas turned into Fred, high-pitched kid who was in school, and he turned into... I remember watching those videos. I remember watching your videos. I remember studying what you guys would do because I wanted to do it for radio. And it was at the same time, think about it. Whenever I talk to somebody, everybody wants to hear my story, and I tell them, what I was doing was what YouTube is for videos. That's what I was doing for radio, was making it user generated and seeing these. To me, I thought they were the most overly produced and the most unbelievable videos I've ever seen. And studying what you guys were doing, it was huge. It was revolutionary. You guys you started something here. Do you think about those moments? Do you think about the people you kind of shared that with? Michael Buckley. Do you remember when Michael Buckley first started?
I remember all those people. And I think that's what's sad. I was hanging out with a YouTuber, Jenna Marbles, who was one of the first. And we were talking about this, and she's like, and we both agree that I feel like these new young YouTubers, a lot of them have no, they don't respect where it started, or, which makes me sound so old, but, they don't look at the older YouTubers and be like, wow, thank those people. Like you see them at VidCon or whatever, and they ignore us. And it's like, really? You guys should be kind of thanking us, because without us, you would not exist.
See, I don't like that. The one thing that we always remember to do here in terms of radio is that we know that we can't be here without somebody else. We know that there was a group of people that paved the way before us, and we respect that. And that's the way you need to be, I think, no matter what the industry.
Yeah. And Kim Kardashian should be kissing Paris Hilton's feet. Even
Really?
though Kim Kardashian is so much more successful right now than Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Without Paris Hilton, first of all, Kim was organizing her closets. So without Paris having a closet, there would be no Kim.
There would be no Kim.
We wouldn't care about that ass. We would not care.
You're right.
You hear me, Kim?
What do you think about the current celebrities that are out there? What do you think of people like Ariana Grande and, Sam Smith, Iggy Azalea?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I feel like right now is a time where all the most of the celebrities actually have talent. I feel like people are getting a little bit we like talent now. And hopefully those untalented people will start to go away. But because of the internet, you feel more connected. Like Ariana Grande, she follows her fans on Twitter and talks to them.
Yeah.
And Sam Smith, same thing. And that's kind of a cool, they're real people.
Was that something that kind of started with you guys too? Those open lines of communication?
Yeah, I know I was one of the first people on YouTube to make videos where I would talk to the audience and interact and ask them questions. And I know, before that it was just kind of sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray William Johnson was pretty big too. He's still pretty big.
He came a couple years after me.
Oh.
Hair flip.
I'm
No, he, yeah, I think he's still doing it.
What
Yeah.
videos do you watch on YouTube every day? Do you have any?
Okay, yes. I have my list. I watch Trisha Paytas, who's one of my best friends, who makes amazing, crazy videos. She's a vlogger. She has huge boobs. She used to be a Hollywood escort. She has a lot of stories.
Oh, sounds great.
My friend Drew, his YouTube channel is My Toe Cold. He does he kind of makes fun of the YouTubers nowadays. So he'll do like fake room tours and fake,
That's awesome.
Target hauls and stuff. So he's great. Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff on YouTube right now. There's a lot of terrible stuff, but there's a lot of good stuff.
Does this next generation of YouTube stars, do they pressure you to create and push the boundaries even more on that YouTube space?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, yes and no. I think they pressure me to create more stuff because I wasn't doing daily videos until a few years ago when, like, all the young ones started doing daily. And I'm like, okay, now I got to keep up.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. But as far as, what's the word? As far as, like, production value, I've always pretty much stayed, like, consistent at the top. Like, I spend a lot of money on these videos. I put a lot of time into them. So it's not like there's anybody doing
How much time
that.
goes into one video?
Woof. Well, I did a short film to promote the book. That took a couple weeks with
Really?
pre-production, production, editing. I was in a fat suit, so there was a lot of makeup testing. That was a big one.
So who's producing that? Who's funding that? Is that you?
I'm funding it.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm a control freak. So, like, if I get money from, like, a brand or something, they're going to be like, well, you can do, here's the money, but you can't say this, you can't say that. And then
Yeah.
it's not fun.
Wow, that's crazy. I give you kudos on kudos on kudos.
Thank you. I'll never make the money back. So going into it, you just have to know you're never going to make it back, but it's going to be worth it for the artistic.
The fat suit's going to be fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Think about the selfies. I mean,
Oh,
God.
there were so many.
Think about the Facebook profile pictures.
Oh.
You know?
I put it on my actual, like, personal Facebook, and then everybody from high school was like, oh, he let himself go.
Ooh.
He's back. Old Shane is back.
What was Old Shane? Describe Old Shane in 2 words.
400 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you? No.
I was, yeah.
When you were making the YouTube videos too?
Yeah, my older stuff back in, like, 06.
Wow.
Those have since been deleted. But if you Google Shane Dawson fat, you're welcome. You'll have a lot of things.
All right, tell me about the book. How long did it take to do everything? You wrote it just you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it took a year. Well, I was filming the movie as I was writing it, and then so I would write like 1 chapter every week or so.
Okay.
And put a lot of time into it. And yeah, it's about my life. I mean, every chapter is a different story with beginning, middle, and end. So you can jump in, read a chapter, leave for a month, read it again. And it's all comedy. There is some heartfelt moments and stuff. You know, I was a 400-pound kid, and I did have a lot of, terrible things happen in my childhood. So I talk about that. But yeah, I talk about the YouTube stuff and the acting and all of how much I hate my selfie.
Good stuff.
When you're told to write a book, what's the first thing that goes to your mind?
I said no.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you say no?
Because I'm not a big reader, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers put out like novels like The Princess Moves to Hollywood, and becomes a YouTube star, and they didn't write it. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. So when they said, no, you could do it about yourself, just like essays, that was easier to grasp. So I wrote like 6 before I even said yes to doing it.
So you don't really need to read the book from start to finish. You can just pick it up wherever, and you can kind of, drop it and go back to it.
Yeah, it's non-linear. Like every chapter is like the first chapter is me when I'm 15, second chapter is me when I'm 5. It's very all over the place.
Is that important to write? Is it important to write a book like that now? At least your type of story, because I feel like that's how our audience, reads nowadays. They want to be able to read something and then drop it and leave it for a few months and then come back to it, or be able to catch up 2 weeks, from now. They have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I also thought of it like videos. I was like, oh, if I make a video for each chapter, I want them to be their own little movies.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so each chapter is kind of its own little movie. Like I made the short film I did in the fat suit is based on the final chapter of the book. So I made that its own little thing.
How are you on set? Are you hard to work with? Hard to work for?
No. No. I'm the most boring. I'm very laid back, and I'm very, I know what I want, but I'm fun to work with. There was a show that documented the making of my first movie called The Chair, and they kind of made me look like really sad all the time. But in reality, it's just because I'm so low key all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just chill.
You're a low key dude.
Fine. Yeah, I don't do drugs. I'm pretty boring.
What do you do on a Friday night?
What do I do on a Friday? Oh, I've been watching a lot of My 600-Pound Life marathons. It just came to Netflix. I'm not sponsored by them. They would have been good to sponsor my short film. Anyways, been watching a lot of TV, hanging out with friends, going to a lot of El Torito. Just,
And you won't work with sponsors? You won't work with brands?
Oh, no, I love it. It just depends on what it is. Like Taco Bell, I love them. I've been eating them forever. So when they came to me to promote their thing and do a commercial for them, that was exciting.
That's huge.
Yeah, but no, not like just any random brand.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow, you have a book out right now.
That's nuts.
You have a book. You have movies. You're one of the original YouTube stars. Life's good, man.
I'm trying.
How long do you think you can keep this up? How long do you want to keep it up?
I think when I'm 30, which is 4 years from now, I'm going to start toning back or scaling back the videos and hopefully do another movie next year and hopefully slowly transition into that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important that all YouTube stars move on from YouTube at one point?
Yes. It's sad to watch. It's when they're over it and you're watching a video and there's a gun to their head to do it. It's the most depressing. Like Fred, for example. Fred was over it. I mean, I know Lucas in real life.
Dude, he was over it.
So over it. And watching him do those videos as he has like armpit hair and chest hair and he's like, I'm 5. Like you could see the suicide in the eyes and like I don't want that to happen.
What do you think of Michael Buckley's been doing it for a while. What do you think of people like Michael Buck? They've been doing it. He's very timely, I guess.
Well, for one thing, he has a great format that's a timeless format. He doesn't just do vlogs. But also he started when he was, 30 or something.
Yeah.
So he started as a grown adult ready to take on the world as an adult versus a lot of people like me, I started as like a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like a weird child star thing where it's like, all right, go away and then come back when you're an adult.
What was that first big check that you got from YouTube? What was it for?
Oh, gosh. I never got like a big check. It was I wasn't making money on YouTube for like the first couple years.
Really?
Yeah, because they didn't want me in their partnership program.
Why was that?
I guess my stuff was too weird for them. But yeah, it was like a slow progression. But yeah.
When did you first realize that this was going to be a career? Better question.
Yeah, maybe the first check I got, because I had gotten fired and I was on unemployment. I was also a security guard for the Long Beach Aquarium. I was guarding the octopus, which is people would try to lick it and get high. It was the whole thing. So when I got my first check during that, I paid our rent and me and my mom's rent, and I was like, I can pay our rent. This is crazy. And then I moved this to LA, and yeah.
And the rest is history.
And I quit my job as a security guard.
Guarding that octopus.
They don't give you a gun. You have nothing.
Because your sole job is to guard an octopus.
To an octopus, which, by the way, was hard because people were climbing in the tank. It's really hard out there in Long Beach.
So what do you do? Do you shoot them?
No, I just say, sir, please stop. Sir, please.
Did you have a taser?
I didn't have anything.
No baton or anything?
No, I had
even a baton.
I didn't have a baton. I had a pencil.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
Whoa, what do you do with that?
You got to do what you got to do. Stab somebody in the eye.
I Hate My Selfie, Shane Dawson, March 10th. It's out today.
Woo.
It's out right now. It's in stores. It's on, I guess, Kindles and stuff, online, everywhere.
And you're doing book signings. Where are you going? Where are you heading?
Today, The Grove at 6 p.m. If you're listening to this March 10th, I'll be there. And then this whole week, I'm going to New York and then Texas and then Chicago and New Jersey. You can get all the information on my Facebook, facebook.com/Shane Dawson Fans. It's
awesome.
under the event area.
Shane Dawson, sir.
Yeah.
An honor, man.
Thank you, guys.